ReZero, Season 2, Episode 5.
言っておきたいことがあるんだが。
Thank you.
お前その制服似合ってるな。
Oh, Subaru's coming around to Echidna's good looks. Maybe that wasn't even the trial. Maybe the trial is now beginning. And the trial is school.
ここは何なんだ?
Your school?
だから試練が始まった。それだけのことだよ。聞こえなかったかい？まず過去に向き合えと。
Right, so there's stages.
十分な結果を得られたと思っているよ。
Yeah, it was great.
お前。
ごめんなさい。
Oh no, and that thing about the suppository and butthole. That was a conversation only for a mother and son to have.
君の両親も含め何もかも。
Yeah, okay. That's sort of what I thought. It was for personal closure.
君が思っていたのと異なる父親像を君は本当に一度も疑ったことがなかったかい?
Sometimes you know things without fully knowing you know them. This is very invasive.
それでも愛してほしいという利己的な感情を虚構の父に妄想の母に求めていなかったと断言できるかい?
Oh,
それはあまりに理想的で
tough.
都合が良すぎる。
That throws a whole monkey wrench in a lot of the good feels of that episode. I don't know, it's tough, but I think in the final assessment, it sort of doesn't really matter one way or the other. For now. Like, if we're looking at this as a process and a step in Subaru's journey, I think there was some closure there that was great, and maybe that's enough. His parents surely are not that perfect, and, you know, maybe some of it is his wishful thinking that that's what they would have felt about him, and that they would have warmly let him go off. And yet, I mean, he does know his parents. What this does make me question, though, I'm still thinking about it, is what his mother said to him about the end goal, the ending being the only thing that matters. If you're smiling at the end. That immediately hit my red flag radar. And with this new Echidna lens, yeah, maybe there's a little bit of cope in there. Maybe it's not the complete picture. More and more, I think I'm seeing this not as something demanding of perfection at any moment, but focusing on the process and trying to keep the forward momentum. And I think 2 steps forward, 1 step backwards is a perfectly acceptable way for things to go.
俺の両親は俺のちんけな想像に収まるような器じゃねえよ。なめんな。俺は二人に全部伝えられた。お前の言葉になんか惑わされてやらねえよ。
I agree with Subaru here, even if there's something correct about what Echidna is saying.
で、次の説もなんだそれ、試練って1個じゃないのか?
She did say first.
やっと君にこの話ができて僕は嬉しいよ。
She seems really lonely. Speaking of loneliness.
外に出れば君は元の墓所に戻っているはずだよ。
Oh, okay. That's a relief that the challenge wasn't school. Nothing could be as bad as that.
たとえ本物じゃなかったにしても、
There it is, yeah.
本当の二人に伝わってなかったとしても、伝えたいことを言えたのはお前のおかげだ。だから、ありがとうだ。
君という人間が理解できなくて。
That is true.
魔女様に怖がってもらえて光栄だ。
Yeah, and with some of Subaru's biggest weaknesses starting to get sorted out, he becomes increasingly like a real threat in a good way. But in true ReZero style, there's a danger in that as well. And onwards and onwards.
試練をクリアして聖域を解放するのは俺の役目じゃない。お前の期待は別の子が叶える。
You're leaving me again?
果たしてそれはどうかな?
Like I just left.
そうだ。俺は試練を受けて。
Part of it. What was Emilia's trial? Now, she admittedly has sort of the opposite past that Subaru has. She has actual, real, crazy tragedy. What did you see in there?
Emilia.
Was it school?
大丈夫だ。俺がついてる。俺がいる。君を一人にしない。大丈夫だ。
Oh, wow. Whatever it was went super deep. Hawk must be really fighting some kind of crazy horse right now if he's not showing up.
悪いな。気使わせて。
バルスのためじゃないわ。
She never misses an opportunity.
試練に挑んで聖域を解放しなくても皆さんを結界の外に出せるかもしれません。
Oh, look at Otto thinking.
今月の方々は結界に触れると気を失うのは理解しています。僕もこの目で見ました。でしたらその気絶した方々を結界の影響を受けない全員で担いで運び出せばいかがです?
Alright, I'm not gonna lie. For a split second, that moment was so traumatic for me in my mind that I thought he was gonna say, why don't the rest of us just leave? Okay, Otto, it's time for me to reconcile and update my vision of Otto, because he seems like a genuinely decent guy. And he's thinking. I mean, that's a thought, that's a plan.
魂の抜け殻にはなりとうない。
It's you.
あの時の
Why? It's cruel.
男のくせにみっともない
She deliberately riled him up for this.
余計なことは言わずにおきなさい
Oh, okay, warning him, but also burned his cheek.
カーボーがまた外の人間を引き入れたとは聞いとったが、騒がしい坊じゃの。
あなたは
I'm here to explain why your plan is stupid.
根血の者は結界に意識を奪われる。正しくは魂を
Okay,
弾かれるん
and
じゃ。
so it stays in the barrier.
魂を弾かれる
それはつまり根血の人が結界を無理に超えようとすると肉体と魂が分離する
This feels like it could somehow be related to REM and the cure if we're dealing with empty souls.
挑むだけなら理屈の上では可能じゃな。じゃが、聖域の解放はできん。それはこの地に面々と受け継がれる。わしら聖域の住人への契約よ。
Why? Just do it. Though, if it's a metaphor for overcoming personal demons, everyone can do it, but not everybody will do it. A lot of that is probably just not knowing how, or kind of going in circles, trying to fix the problem with tools that are already embedded with the very problem you're trying to fix. But some of it is just unwillingness.
昨日はごめんね私墓所ですごく取り乱して
It's okay.
違うのあれおかしいな私なんでこんな
エミリアタンついに無意識化で俺を求めるほど積極的に
Don't rub it in.
笑えるなら大丈夫だよ試練は今夜もう一度挑んでみればいい
今夜
There's a shadow of what he just said and what his mother said to him. Let's not rush it. We gotta, figure out whatever it was first.
聖域の解放にここの住人の全員が賛成
That makes a lot of sense, actually, yeah.
そりゃどういう
Well, they'd like it here. It's
聖域の
safe.
解放はリュウズ様筆頭にガーフのような強権派が主導しているだけ
It's what they know.
外との交流は最低限である今が理想なのそれをあえて壊そうなんて迷惑以外の何者でもないということよ
Hard to blame them, especially in this world.
エミリア様に奇跡を持たせたのはフレデリカ
How did Frederica get out?
状況証拠はフレデリカが何か企んでいたことを示している事実エミリア様は間一髪のところ難を逃れたバルスの尊い割と
Whoops, she slipped up there.
聖域の解放に反対する連中にとって一番確実な方法はエミリア様に危害を加えることよ誰が敵かはわからない常に気を張りなさい
That's solid advice. Good looking out. Alarming, but important. Which one of you is it?
お前ひょっとしてラムのこと好きなの
いい女だろ
Fair.
オスとしても強くて優秀なメスに惹かれんなおかしな話じゃねえ今度こそうまくいってほしいよな
This is a little bit premature, no? I mean, we didn't really ask what happened. It seems like it might have made her weaker as opposed to stronger.
お前はさ聖域の外に出たら何がしたいんだ
いきなりだなおい外に出てしてことだ
Anything that's not in this village.
俺様やババアたちの気持ちはわかんねえよ
Yeah, I'd probably be on the getting out faction myself.
聖域のことフレデリカはどう思ってんだ
てめえは何も聞かされちゃいねえの
No, no one told us anything, including the address.
そんなことよりてめえ昨日墓所でしほら
エミリア
Okay, at least she didn't pass out. Man, it just seems so perilous from jump. Like, even disregarding the threat of the villagers themselves, because I don't understand the system at all, and because we've seen Subaru come face to face with a witch through these trials, not sure it's the greatest thing to chance with Emilia, who obviously has some connection to envy.
試練の挑戦権は消えないと確認できただけでも収穫だ。
Mostly curious about his trial now.
わざわざエミリア抜きで俺に何の話だよ
ちょっとした悪巧みさ。
That's fun.
私の懐は甘くないからね。
信用にかけるってエミリアが
And you can trust her, but I mean, I do feel like they have different objectives. They're not exactly aligned.
エミリア様が王戦を勝ち抜けるよう全力で支援する。つまり、私たちは共犯者というわけだ。
I don't want any part of your crime.
エミリアの応戦参加が公になったら魔女教が暴れ出すってのは周知の事実だったなのにお前は何をしてたんだそもそもお前は
Oh, he's enjoying this.
お前がいればよかったんだお前がいてくれればあんなことは起きなかったお前がみんなを守ってくれれば
We also don't know what he was doing.
騎士として申し分ない手柄も。
そんなもの
落ち着きなさいバルス
That's not going to solve
お前は納得
anything.
してんのかよ
No, but
ロズワール様の行いの全てをラムは許容するその中でラムがどう扱われてどう切り捨てられたとしても同じことよ
that's a real blind loyalty if
ラム
true.
が
そんなバカなことの犠牲になっ
Meaningless right now.
いずれも答えは一つだ。私が魔女教と対峙せずに済むようにそれらの事態を
Big confession if true.
誘導した。
Huge confession if true. Why admit this though? What's the leverage?
理解できない魔女の系類から自分たちの命を守るのに貢献してくれた恩人へと。
お前自分が今何言ってるのか
Oh yeah, he knows perfectly well. He understands better than Subaru probably. Well, actually no. He gets the benefit of only seeing the timeline of events where things worked out. Though, I mean, that also begs a lot of questions. It's complicated.
俺が何もできないクズのままならお前はどうしてたんだよ。エミリアも村の人たちも誰も救えない結果になってたら。
信じていたんだ
But you
よ。
weren't.
君のことを。君ならばエミリア様のために奔走し。
And it's tough to say how deep that knowledge goes or what it was based on.
お前は俺の
どう
何を
やら
信じたんだ
今夜の
よ。
話し合いはここまでのようだ
Oof.
ね。
His calmness is kind of infuriating and also awesome.
ちなみにこのことはエミリア様には
言えるわけがねえ。
そうして
I think
怒りに
maybe you
支配され
should.
ながらも内心では現状が正しいと理解している。
I guess that's the leverage.
やはり君は私の共犯者にふ
I
さわ
don't,
しい。
yeah, I don't know. I don't think you want to be complicit in Roswell's scheming and plans.
試練の挑戦権は消えないみたいだし、あとはエミリアタンの
Can we ask what happened in there? Is that rude?
辛そうなのは見ててわかる。でもこの聖域の解放は君がやらなきゃ意味がないと思う。そのために
I don't know. There's a little bit of something of Subaru doing the same thing Roswell's doing. And not. I don't know. It's a lot. Part of it is he's trying to engineer the game, just like Roswell, to make her liked by the villagers. I mean, in Subaru's conception, that's probably for Emilia, but it's still a little bit objectifying, maybe? He could just do it, probably. Though then again, there's the positive of like believing in her. I think maybe the way to get to the bottom of it is full truth and communication. What does Emilia want in this situation? What does she think, given all the truth of what's going on?
スバルのバカ。
Oh.
急に罵倒？
そんなに優しい目と声で言われてできないなんて言えっこないじゃない。
Okay.
甘やかさないで。信じてて。
Well, there are her thoughts.
それにしてもよくガーフィールを説得できましたね。
We have to leave?
彼はこっちの言い分に耳を傾けないたちかと思ってたんですがね。
お前は商人のくせに人を見る目がねえね。
フレデリカが新入りに悪さを働くなんてありえない。そこまで下道に落ちるはずもないわ。
Okay. That's a relief.
フレデリカと相対するのに不安があるならベアトリス様を頼りなさい。そしてこういうの。ロズワールは質問をしろと言っていたと。
質問？
詳しくはラムも知らない。ただそれがベアトリス様の耳に入れば状況は変わる。
There's such a large question mark for Beatrice. There's so much that has to come out.
ラムとの話の邪魔になっちゃった。
いや、大丈夫だよ。
My conversations with Ram doesn't matter.
あなたに精霊の祝福がありますように。
Oh, so we're actually leaving.
てめえ、同所で試練を受けただろう。
And I passed.
エミリア様の代わりにてめえが試練に挑むんだよ。
He
それ
could,
はダメ
yeah.
だ。それが崩れちゃ前提が。そもそも本当に過去なんざ乗り越える必要がある。
Also, it's the same for everyone.
期待すんのは自由だ。けど、エミリア様は本当に過去を超えてえのか？
Yeah, it's sort of key.
エミリア、本当。
She might just not be ready for it. I like the sentiment of rooting for her and believing in her, but it will depend on Emilia. I think it's a choice she has to make for herself. But Beatrice is here. Just happened. Not again, not again. Again? How did that happen? This is so familiar. Oh, it's you. It's you. I forget what they called her. The disemboweler?
約束したでしょ。次に会う時まで腹渡を
She loves bowels. Why are you here? What are you doing? I'm kind of happy to see her. This could be an issue, though. A step forward. Yeah, there's a subtitle there. A step backward. And that's ReZero. Hopefully 2 steps forward. Yeah, things have been going a little bit too well lately. Stands to the reason that something would go wrong. Why, though? There's so much plot mystery building. Roswaal, Beatrice, Frederica. Now she's here for some reason, aside from just collecting bowels, simultaneous with the character mysteries. The one I'm most interested in being, what exactly is Emilia seeing?